Hey everybody, it's Mr. P here. Going to take you on a little tour of how to write a paragraph. I know some of you have been absent over the last couple weeks and maybe you're a little bit lost on how to write a paragraph. So this is going to be my quick crash course version of how to write a paragraph. Starting with my website, this is posted on all pages, but because we have more world history students, I'm going to go to the world history student page. If you look under assignments, you're going to scroll down to the paragraph resource on the right side of the page, and there it is. You're going to click on it and you're going to download that to your desktop. Then you're going to open it up. I'm using a Mac, so it's going to come up in Pages, and this is what it should look like. So you see 3 steps, 1 at the top, 2 in the middle, and 3 at the bottom. I guess the 4th one is the actual written paragraph, but we really want to start with the first step of these 3 steps that are vital to writing a paragraph. Paragraph is 11 sentences. This is to prepare you for the college level paragraph, and I would highly recommend using my topic sentence to keep it really simple. I know a lot of times I've spent a lot of effort and energy trying to come up with a good topic sentence, and I believe this is probably the best way to do it, to keep it simple so you don't spend a ton of time trying to think of something that's unique and creative. So here's my subject. The subject we're going to use is 2 cities of ancient Greece, since we just finished doing that in world history. So I'm going to use Sparta and Athens. So I'm going to use one of the 2 types of paragraphs, because you either compare or you contrast, in my class at least. And so I'm going to talk about Sparta and Athens are alike in many ways. That's going to do it. That's going to be for the compare paragraph. And if I was to contrast those, I'd put Sparta and Athens are different in many ways. Could those be better? Probably. But for what we're doing at this level, we're just trying to get a good topic sentence that's going to lead us into the paragraph. I think you should avoid using I and you in your writing, as we're just giving people information about how these 2 cities are different. The pre-writing is where you're going to show your examples. You can see I have 3 examples down here. These are where you're going to brainstorm your best examples for what you're going to write about to see if they're going to actually work. So I'm just going to write down a couple of ideas. Government, geography, people, jobs, children, women, and marriage would be a good one because that's kind of different. So once you get all your examples down, then you can actually talk about the ones that seem most appealing or are going to be the easiest to talk about. So I'm going to go with the contrast paragraph. I'm going to talk about the government, the people, and maybe marriage. Those seem to be the most interesting to me before I write my paragraph, and they seem the most, they have the most details that I can bring into the paragraph. So that's the pre-writing, that's step 2. Now you're ready to go to step 3. Now I would say in your pre-writing you can give a little more details about how these things differ, and because I'm typing this, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But so for Sparta, I'm going to write government, they have an oligarchy, and Athens, a democracy. People, Spartans are warriors, Athenians are, I think they're more like artists, traders. I'm not going to finish that. And then marriage, you get the idea. But I'm just getting some ideas down to spark my brain. The last step, step 3, is probably the most important step, because this is going to give you the structure for your paragraph that you can actually, when you're done writing this out, you can go to the computer and just actually type your paragraph from the sheet. I prefer to write this out because it gives me a little more space than to type it, but for this exercise and example, I'm just going to continue to type it. So the topic sentence, you're going to copy your topic sentence from up here, and because we are doing the contrast paragraph, you're going to use this one right here. You're going to bring that down to the topic sentence. Then you're going to go into your examples. So your first example is going to be Sparta and Athens are different in the types of government they use to regulate their societies. And then you can talk about the Spartans are an oligarchy where they have two kings and a council, and the Athenians are more democratic. And you can go into more details or less details depending on how deep you want to go. And so now I'm just going to go down my different examples. I'm going to talk about the people of Sparta, how they are warriors and how their life is emphasized by discipline and training, where the Athenians are not so much. They're doing a lot of different things regarding trading since they're next to the Mediterranean Sea. But really what I want to draw some attention to as you build this paragraph is the evidence. Your evidence is something that is actually going to be something that's detailed, something that usually has a number in it, specifics that you can use to build your paragraph, to prove what you're trying to prove regarding how it's different. And so your evidence needs to be strong evidence, not weak evidence. And so as you build this paragraph, you want to make sure you convince the reader of what you're trying to do. The conclusion is going to look like this. Sparta and Athens are different in their government, the people in their societies, and how they go about their marriages. And that's pretty much going to sum up your paragraph in 11 sentences. And you should be able to wrap that up and type that out in any format that you need to. And I hope this has helped you. If you missed that day, and I wish you luck, and feel free to email me at pillsburyb@svusd.org or go to my website, mrpillsbury.com.